From far away, I heard unprecedented, tumultuous sounds of the worship of the Lord of the Universes. Understanding that the Lord of the Universes was there, I, not stopped by anyone, quickly entered the temple to see him. There, before my eyes, I saw him, a conch shell, disc, lotus, and club in the splendid hands of his 4 handsome arms. All his limbs very handsome, splendid as a new cloud, dressed in yellow silk, rich with a garland of forest flowers, decorated with golden ornaments, his youthful form beyond description, his face a full moon, his smile nectar, his eyes like lotus flowers, worshipped by his devoted servants with a host of rare and glorious things, seeing the dancing and other entertainments played before him, sitting on a wonderful throne, and served with a flood of paraphernalia. Filled with bliss, again and again I fell down as a stick to offer obeisances. I thought, today I saw what I wished to see. Now my birth is a success. I will never leave this place. By the Vaishnav's mercy, I happily live there. O Brahmin, the cowherd boy continued, I ate the prasadam of Lord Vishnu, saw the great festival of his worship, heard the glories of worshipping him, and secretly chanted my mantra with great care. Still, the beauty of Braja Bhumi and the happiness of playing as a cowherd boy never left my heart. Happily remaining there for some days, I developed a great yearning to worship the Lord in that way. The king, who was sonless, and, seeing my good character, affectionately considered me his adopted son, even though I was a foreigner, and he soon died. Inheriting his kingdom, I increased the bliss of the worship of Lord Vishnu. Every day, many saintly devotees enjoyed his prasadam. Not attached to any of this, I remained as before. I chanted my mantra and ate the Lord's prasadam. Sanatana Goswami explains that by the mantra's power, he remained unattached to royal opulences. He continued to live as an unattached, penniless person, as he had before he inherited the kingdom. He accepted only the Lord's prasadam, and that only to maintain his body. Although I divided the kingdom among the king's associates, still it made me very unhappy. Sanatana Goswami explains that a kingdom does not please an intelligent Vaishnav. Sometimes I was afraid of other kingdoms. Sometimes the emperor's orders curtailed my independence. Sometimes a pious person would not eat the prasadam of the Lord of the Universes because it had been touched by someone else or carried outside. Sanatana Goswami explains that these bewildered Brahmins were concerned that the prasadam may have been touched by a non-Brahmin. The prasadam of the Lord never becomes contaminated. At this, my heart was wounded by an arrow, and I became despondent. Still, I could not leave the Lord I so yearned to see. At this time, some saintly pilgrims came from the southern countries and said,
In Purusottama Kshetra, Nilachala, by the shore of the salt water ocean, the Lord of the Universes, Jagannath, is splendidly manifest in a spiritual form of wood, opulent and powerful. He personally protects the kingdom of Orisha. He is glorious, and he loves his servants. The goddess of fortune personally cooks for him. When he has eaten, the merciful Lord gives his remnants, which even the demigods cannot obtain, to his devotees. These remnants, called Mahaprasadam, should be eaten without considering who has touched them or from where they were brought.
Sanatana Goswami quotes the Vedic literatures. Food cooked by the goddess of fortune, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead eats, is like Lord Vishnu himself. One should not consider whether some unworthy person has touched it or not. From Skanda Purana, whether old, dried up, or already tasted by someone else, prasadam of the Lord removes all sins. From the Bhavishya Purana, whether touched by people of the lowest caste, people who have no caste, or people born of mixed caste, food once eaten by the Lord of the universes destroys all sins. Oh, the glory of that place! Even an ass there becomes a four-armed resident of Vaikuntha. Anyone who goes there is never born again. Sanatana Goswami quotes Lord Brahma in the Brahma Purana. Oh, the glory of that place of 80 miles! When one goes there, he sees that everyone is a four-armed resident of Vaikuntha Loka. Touching that place gives liberation to human beings. The Supreme Personality of Godhead enjoys pastimes there, playing as a wooden deity. By performing difficult austerities for 100 births, one is able to touch that place and become equal to Lord Vishnu. I heard that when blossoming lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath is seen, the seer's birth in this world brings a wonderful result never heard of before. Sanatana Goswami here quotes the following words spoken by Narada Muni to Prahlad Maharaj in the Padma Purana. They who see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, gloriously manifest on the summit of Nilachala Hill, stands before all eyes and is seen by hearing of him and in other ways, attain Lord Vishnu's abode. What to speak of they who are like you? Conquered by the desire to see him, I at once gave up everything and, glorifying Lord Jagannath, set out for the country of Orissa.